Okay, this is me, Yain. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. Today's topic I want to discuss is a controversial topic. So I want to warn everybody out there that is viewing. Don't get offended. This is just my own opinion. All right. A lot of my videos, well, all of my videos, are my own opinion. I'm pretty sure Christian people out there turn me off and stuff like that. I don't even know why I brought that up, right? But a lot of my only have 14 videos so far, but a lot of my videos are controversial. And my first blog, that's what I based the whole thing on, was think for yourself, basically, and question authority. It's a really good saying. I really think that's a cool ass saying. Because if you don't think for yourself and you don't question what you are told, you're like a walking zombie. You're programmed, and you're just here to do whatever anybody could tell you to do. So, but the discussion today is on governments of the world, not just of the United States, of the world. And when people get put in positions of power, are they really doing the right thing sometimes? Are they really trying to create a harmonistic way of living? Or is it greed? See, the whole currency thing has gotten to the point where it's deteriorated pretty much, not just the way of living, but a lot of aspects, a lot of natural aspects. And it all has to do with greed. It all has to do with you being put in a position of power, and how you use that power is all up to you. And I would say 97% of the time is for greedy purposes. It's for me, not they, or everybody else. So it's a globalistic thing. It's not just, like I said, in one area of the world. It's pretty much everywhere. And I would advise you guys out there that are in positions of power to use it in a really good, purposely manner, not just use it to basically gain fame or just get more rich and screw everybody else over because you're so rich and you're better than other individuals because you're rich. What is being rich? That's the question. Ask yourself, what is being rich? Does money make you rich? Yeah, ask yourself that. Once you get to a level of getting everything that you pretty much have dreamed of, this life becomes plastic. It becomes fake. It makes you believe something that you're not really, or it just makes you live in a dream world, basically. And this reality is a dream. You live, you die, you awake again. And there's no such thing as death. There's such thing as rebirth. And what's going to happen to this planet, who knows? I kind of have a high sensibility we're going to make it, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And it takes people like me to preach out about topics like this, okay? I really don't want to sound like negative right now, but if you think about governments globally, are they really doing the right things? Or are they giving in to the humanistic, pleasurable way of viewpointing certain things of like, okay, I'm getting certain rankings and I'm a somebody now and I call shots. So am I going to use that in a positive way, or am I going to use that in a negative way? Or a masculine way versus a feminine way? Okay. The more masculine energy around the earth. See, that's where we went wrong. There's a certain time period, maybe 8,000 years back, where something went wrong, and there was too much masculine energy around the world, and that causes conflict, that causes aggression, that causes more confrontational, just everything. Masculine energy is it's good, but too much of it is it's dangerous. So just throwing all that out there, if you're in a position of power and you use it for positivity, you could move mountains, and I literally mean that, not so much physically, but internally, and like just basically, if you look at the past history, one man overthrew an empire just because of him being spiritual, fasting, taking it to the next level of just, okay, basically who I'm talking about is Buddha. Okay, he saw something wrong with the belief system, and maybe at one point in time it was really good. And see, history repeats itself. That's not happened just one time. As far as our records, okay, so we had Hinduism, which is a really powerful belief system. See, what Buddha saw a flaw to was a lot of people were getting greedy, or the high-ranking priests, or whatever you want to call them at that time period, were getting greedy, including his father, and he overthrew it. But for him to overthrow a whole empire like that, a whole belief system, and see, that's the same thing as government empowerment. Like, okay, government is a government now, but at the same time, what's different between that and back in those days? And give or take, this is a long time ago. I don't even want to throw a number out there. I'm really not sure how long ago this was. This is a long time ago, but it's a big deal to me because it took one man to overthrow that one person, his ambition, because he saw a flaw to it. And see, like I said, it keeps happening, over time periods. Maybe he wasn't the first one that's done that, but as far as our recordings, I have other books that tell me otherwise, but those are really deep books, and those really, I'm not really sure if the factual facts are really fact or if it's fiction. So I would really want to throw that out there. But in these books that I kind of casted through, it's just Buddha wasn't the only type of spiritual leader that was like that. There was many back before him. So get back to what I'm getting at. He overthrew it, changed it to positivity, and we got Buddhism now, which is a different type of religion, Eastern belief system. And then we got the other religions, the same deal. Yahshua ben Joseph overthrew Judaism because he saw the same flaw. He saw that it was all turning upside down, basically. They were teaching the wrong teachings, and they basically kind of got to the point of just being in power, getting richer, and feeding the the masses bullshit. And yeah, I really hate to sound negative, but I was reading the article, and I really got angry, because it's just, we need to wake up. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are waking up. I mean, the signs are here. People are waking up when it comes to starting to question things, starting to see, okay, just like when Snowden released that statement about the Central Intelligence Agency, about them kind of like listening on the conversations. I kind of sensed that was going on. I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there have or did, and I already kind of was laughing at it when everybody was shocked, like, oh my goodness, are you serious? Are you serious? They're really spying on us? Come on now, really? Anyways, so back to what I'm getting at. When you're given a position of power, use it to increase positiveness around whatever it is. If it's something small, it's something small. You can change whatever you can change, but if you can make change in a positive way. That's exactly what we need to start. Okay, the more people that start making change, it exploits, and believe it or not, it does. It's a proven fact that our mind is so powerful. In deep meditation levels, it's equivalent to basically oh man, what did this one professor say? It's really deep, but when you get to a level of pretty much either a dreaming state of mind or a deep meditation level, and your mind's awake, but your body's basically asleep. And I'm pretty sure you guys out there that meditate, you know exactly what I mean. You get to a certain level and you start feeling so amplified in your mind, but your body slows down. Your heart rate just is like doom, doom, like beating extremely slow. but you get such in a deep concentrated level. It's just maybe everybody's experience is different. I know when I get in a deep meditative concentrated level, it's something you can't describe. It's just, man, it's something money can't buy, basically. And back to what I'm getting at, governments around the world, we need to make a change as a whole, and that's the only way the earth is gonna survive. Gaia is crying. She's literally crying right now because us as a human species have done so much. Naturalism is pretty much, it's detonated. There's still a small percentage of tribes out there, African tribes, certain native tribes that are down below the equator. Very few up here in the United States. We all kind of lost our. It's sad. I don't even want to get into that. Oh, I shouldn't even brought that up. But anyways, getting put in the position of power. If we could just get a few in office, especially in the United States, to make small change. We need that, especially right now. You know, the whole Obamacare thing it's not gonna work. And oh my, that's another 14-hour speech right there. But anyways, Obama. I mean, I was a firm believer. I thought he was gonna make change. Man. So I'm not scared. I mean, who knows? You say certain things over the internet, I'm pretty sure that they tap your whatever just to see, okay, why are you speaking this? What are you doing? What are you up to? I just want to inform people. I want people to see the light. I want to change in an internal way. A good perspective, a positive perspective, not a negative me type thing and F the next person and it's all about my life. No. That's not the way to live. That's not the way to think. That's not the way to be. And if you do think that way, you are that way. I can almost guarantee you're miserable. So I just want to throw that out there. But today, I really hate to be in this negative state of mind. But it's getting to the point where there's so much government officials around the world they do the most dumbest things. It's almost like mobs. It's almost like gangs, big corporate gangs that are controlling the world, doing the most dumbest things ever. And we could make a dramatic change right now. Like I said in one of my other lectures, you know, just in this last 100 years, we've done a lot. We've had a lot of inventions, especially in the United States. I think that's why we're still kind of dominant. China's they've gained on us, and we've borrowed so much. I don't know what's the debit. I don't even know. I don't even want to throw a number out there, but it's high. It's up there. It's in the trillion. I think 17 trillion or something like that. So we gotta wake up. We gotta change what we've flawed, and it's almost gonna be impossible. But I believe in a massive awakening. We could do it, and I think the whole 2012 thing was a way of doing that in a certain way, because I was kind of a skeptic for a while. In 2011, I was thinking, okay, this is all happening, could be true, but in a mass belief, it could either go both ways. It could go the negative way, it could go the positive way, and I believe, you know, people started thinking about that. If it really was the end, what could I do? I know I was one. I was one that got real spiritual. I started meditating big time. I had bought this book. Okay, and I bought it like a year before 2011, and everything happens for reasons. I'm starting to see it more and more and more daily, minutely. It's kind of crazy, but I bought this book and like I kind of read a little bit, then I set it on the shelf, and I was thinking, okay, this is kind of weird, crazy, because awakening is a slow process. It takes years, so that's why I call myself Shambra. That means spirit being inclinedly awakened. Alright, so I'm gonna share this book with you guys. This is really extremely highly meditative type of book. It's called Mandela, right? And basically that's the tree of life. That's basically how it all started. The geometrical shapes and all that. That's just one cell, but that could be a universe. It's by Judith Cornell. Luminous Symbols for Healing, alright? So it's like a Reiki healing type of thing, but it gets really deep. It gets to the point where as soon as you hit another level of meditative state, you enter another one, and it's just kind of you read more and more and more. But there's a lot of good stuff in that book, a lot of good stuff. And I'm burning incense right now, Lord incense, little Buddha. Speaking of Buddha, before there it is. You could get this online on incenseontheway.com. Lord incense. There's a lot of lords out there, or a lot of you know, the spiritual leaders in the past. India has a lot of documentation on that. Read books on India. So it's raining where I'm at. Finally in Cali, raining. Can't believe it. So I just thought I would make a lecture on governments, and this is not the only one. Kind of just barely touched on how I feel. Like I said, I really hate to be negative, because I don't know if you guys really realize, but the more negative you are, the more bad stuff could happen during that day, or maybe even that week. And once you put yourself in a negative state, it just, everything changes. And I've been one. I know to some of you out there, it's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? But trust me, once you get more highly spiritual, you're going to start seeing things that you never saw before. You're going to start noticing even vibrations of when somebody's angry. Yeah, they could be angry, but their tone of voice could change things. Their frame of mind could change things. Just by them, like, I don't know, just making a gesture and like moving a certain way, or throwing something down, or like making a noise, or slamming their fist on the table or something like that, causes a negative vibration, and it gets displayed out there. See, me, I get kind of deep on that now that I've researched it, that I've kind of, I want to be a Reiki healer. I mean, Reiki is where I'm kind of like, I'm going to get trained, so that's just kind of in the future for me. So, but you out there seeking this, I mean, I know there's a lot of change right now. A lot of spirituality returning, because we kind of fell off for thousands of years, and now we're gaining it back. I don't know if you guys felt it, but there was something that did happen after February this year. They said it was in December of last year, but it really happened around February 19th. Those of you out there that research it, I'm pretty sure you know that, which is kind of crazy. My birthday is the day after, so it's like a 22, Washington's birthday. And I think there's a lot, I don't know, that why I feel the way I do is because, I mean, everything's your star chart. If you guys know anything about that, there's when you're born, the time, the alignment, even your parents' sun and moons, you know, everything matters. Everything's an equation, and when you're in an imbalanced equation, that means that you're going to be amplified to do something kind of extravagant. So anyways, I'll cast this out. I know this is a long ass lecture, 18 minutes. Well, it's probably my longest one. So, but it's a really controversial topic. So I just want to cast it out. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there. So bless your state of mind. Hopefully this lecture means something to someone out there, and I'll be posting pretty soon. Late. Julian Casablancas. Pretty good singer. Alright, late.